The first test at Trent Bridge promised a lot. Australia lost that game by a mere 14 runs. But turn the clocks ahead and look at what has happened at Lord's. Now they have been inflicted upon a defeat of 347 runs. So in this video we are going to discuss about Australia's success, rather the lack of it. So Jaideep, absolutely shambolic performance.
Shambolic and disappointing. I mean, Australia were always billed as the underdogs for this series, given their inexperienced team, which is in transition. But after that first test, where they gave England a run for their money and lost by just 14 runs, you expected a good series. And, claims of a 5-0 or 10-0 in total loss were thrown apart. But, I mean, what happened at Lord's was just, I hope that for Australia's sake, they just failed to show up and maybe, they can... We've seen at Trent Bridge that they can perform much better than what they did. So it was really disappointing for a neutral of the game to watch such a show.
And what do you think about the batting? I mean, that's where it's hurting them at the moment.
Their batting let them down, definitely. I mean, they failed to score even 150 in the first innings and barely crossed 200 in the second. So it's somewhere they'll have to work on. It was always never their strong point. I mean, they had a strong bowling lineup, but their batting... After the retirements of Michael Hussey and Ricky Ponting, it's obviously they're lacking there, but one didn't expect such a poor show, definitely.
So a lot of pressure on Michael Clarke, and there can be a chance that, who knows, they may just fly out David Warner from Africa and get him in for the third test. There's a long gap for that.
That could be one of the options, or they could consider getting Ed Cowan back. Because David Warner, he played a game for Australia A and he didn't perform. So I don't know if Darren Lehmann will be confident in getting him back. But it could be a possibility, and I think... Do you think Shane Watson would be dropped, or he would be moved down the order for the next test?
Oh, that's really a trick question, because Shane Watson, he's a key player. He can turn the game around, but right now he's having that LBW problem against the fast bowlers. And the move with him opening hasn't really worked now, but that's where he feels that he should be. So it's a trick question, and I don't know whether Australia have the resources to replace him.
Yes, but you expect someone like Shane Watson, who's a senior player in the team, to step up. Michael Clarke cannot be expected to do everything. So it's just up to the youngsters how they perform and, deliver.
And through all that, Michael Clarke remains absolutely optimistic of a comeback. Who knows? If it does in fact happen, and I say if it does happen, it would be one of the greatest comebacks and resurgences you would ever see.